time for the ride home in ENC.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is your 5 o'clock drive with Patrick Johnson.
Holy mackerel!
More news, more interviews, more ECU stories than you can shake a stick at. Hey, stop shaking that stick. This is the Patrick Johnson Show.
Pirates win! Pirates win!
On 94.3 The Game.
Okay, welcome in. We start the show here today with Pirate Athletics greatness. Maeve English just
Hello.
graduated. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to
How
see
are
you.
Yeah, good to see you.
I'm glad we got you in studio today. This was we've been working on this for a minute, and
Yeah.
it's great to have you in. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I just graduated on Friday.
How was that experience for you?
Yeah, it was good. It's just weird to have this chapter that I've known for so long close, but I think I'm ready for the next chapter, so I'm excited.
We're going to talk about what the next chapter is. Later on the show today, we have Chris Parker, who's with the National JUCO Athletic Association. We're going to talk to him. And we're going to have some stuff from last night as well. Pilk and I will have that. But we've got Maeve here in the studio with us, so she's starting off the program today. You're going to be in town for
Probably
pretty
over
much the summer?
Yeah, probably over the summer. So my next step is to hopefully play professionally overseas in Europe. And the next kind of major transfer windows, obviously it depends kind of on which country and, which league, but most of the major transfer windows are over the summer. So that's kind of when, teams are starting to look, and my agent will kind of bring me
you got
different
an agent.
opportunities. I
Wow,
do, yeah.
okay. How's that process?
It was a rigorous one. It was kind of going through the college recruiting process again, and
But you're doing the recruiting this time, in a sense.
Yeah, because they work for me now, but
Right.
it's definitely different. Trying to figure out who has networking and connections where I want to go. So
Right.
yeah, I kind of spent most of the spring semester doing that, and he has brought me a contract. So if it's everything I am looking for, then I might have an announcement soon. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, we'll see.
So no news breaking today on the Patrick Johnson Show.
No breaking today, but
Okay.
hopefully sometime in the next week or two.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite part of Europe you'd like to go to?
Honestly, no. I'd like to stay in Central Europe because I think personally that's just where the best soccer is being played. And honestly, I think the most important part for me is being able to be on the field. So any opportunity, as long as it's somewhere pretty and I can be on the field, then that's a great opportunity for me. I just want to grow as a player, and
Yeah.
I think putting myself in a competitive environment over there is one that's going to help me grow.
Maeve English is with us, ECU's all-time great. Pilk, fair to say, the all-time greatest goalie?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, the all-time greatest goalie at ECU soccer. I had to put the earpiece back on long enough to hear Pilk say that. You but you look like you're in really good shape. Like you look, I don't think the time I talked to you at the coaches show, I realized, but my gosh, you could be a good goalie, obviously, because are you you're still kind of in great shape? I know
Yeah.
that's the big thing, and that's probably part of the reason why you're saying, okay, let's give it a run at this.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. I think it's really hard to kind of take a break and then come back. I feel like learning that. I've definitely learned that over my last 5 years. I always struggle when we have to go home for the summer and we're not in
So what do
team
you feel like you're doing a better
environments.
job of now?
Well, yeah, I just feel like the last 5 years have taught me the benefits of self-discipline. Like when I go home and I'm training as hard as I can and keeping myself in good shape, that's when I've had my best seasons.
Okay.
So
All right.
I know that if I keep doing that and within the next few years, I'm gonna have those same benefits.
Is there anything dietary that you do differently?
Not necessarily. I try to keep track of my protein and make sure I'm hitting enough to.
Well, what
to
I'm getting
keep
is there
building
something
muscle.
you can't eat? Is there something that you wish you could eat that you can't eat?
No,
Okay.
I think it's all about balance.
Okay.
I don't try to restrict myself too rigorously. I definitely am disciplined in keeping my protein and try to lay low on the
Right.
carbs, but
Okay.
I don't limit myself.
Right.
I like
so
to.
what is like a favorite sweet? If you had a favorite kind of sweet dessert that you would like to have, what is your go-to?
I don't know. I definitely went through a phase where I loved sour candy.
Oh.
So I would say that's my sweet treat of choice. But
Okay.
honestly, I actually really love Sweet Frog, frozen yogurt.
Oh, okay.
That is
All right.
that's a good one for me.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But you'll be around Greenville all summer training. Is
Yes,
that right? Okay.
yes, so-
Where will that be? Like at a private facility? Will that be utilizing ECU space? A little bit of.
So luckily they are kind enough to let me still use like the weight room, and obviously they're
They
about
should.
to. Yeah, I know they're about to renovate the turf, so I won't really have access to that.
Okay,
but,
when you say renovate the turf, what does that mean?
like they're doing the indoor facility, so they're gonna rip it up.
I see,
and,
I see. Yeah,
start.
yeah.
They
Okay.
broke ground a couple weeks
Right,
ago.
right,
I
right.
think,
Okay, I
but-
didn't know if you meant they were actually going to take the soccer field and redo it.
No,
or-
no.
Yeah.
And then we can't use Johnson during the summer anyway, because that's when they do like the reseeding
Because
process.
of the lacrosse and all that, yeah.
they've got to repair it after
Yeah,
lacrosse.
right.
They tear it up.
Well, that lacrosse tears it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We could say that you could say these things now. that
Yeah, I
you're-
know. I've been waiting 5 years to say that.
Well, it's a fact. I mean, it's really, really a fact.
It's heartbreaking.
So, plenty of places for you to kind of
Yeah,
utilize
so
that.
I'm gonna
Do you have a
play on
trainer?
No, I'm gonna play on a summer league team.
Okay.
And it's called Wake FC. It's in the Raleigh area, so
Okay.
I commute back and forth and train there.
Okay.
And then I'll just do like weightlifting and like speed work on my own.
I got you.
Yeah.
What is it that you, I don't say you feel like you have to work on, but what are the areas you would like to sharpen during this time before, heading overseas?
Honestly, I was dealing with a couple injuries in the spring, just kind
This
of
is
like
breaking news, Pilk. This is the breaking news.
just kind of
part
like
of the show.
nicks here and there. So I was kind of in and out of training with the team this spring. So I think the goal for me over the summer is to try to see just as many reps as possible.
Right.
Luckily, our previous goalkeeper coach, I think I can hopefully utilize him a little bit over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I'll be training with Wake FC too. So
Okay.
yeah, just trying to get in front of the ball and see as many opportunities I can to, honestly just get back into it, because I was dealing with those injuries a
Right.
little bit. But yeah, I think one of the greatest parts of my game is the athleticism and just being in great shape. So I feel like when I can see a bunch of reps and just get a bunch of different experiences, like that's how I become better.
So, Pilk, the last softball series of the year, the night it rained, or we had the rain delay. Like they were trying to play 2 games on Friday, ended up playing one because they had the 3-hour lightning and then rain delay. And when the lightning was coming, I left the TV booth. I walked down on the back, area there of the press box. And who do I see?
See me
Maeve English.
Me.
While it's lightning all around,
attempting to take my grad pictures.
taking grad pictures. She had on. Did you have a gown? Like
No, I was wearing my jersey.
You were wearing your jersey.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay, she had her jersey, and then she had on like a dress for the grad pictures, and then she had on her jersey, but she had the trophy. Pilk, what do we not have here today? What did Cole promise they were going to send over today?
Yeah, so
He did tell me to bring it. It's something.
So this
I
is on you.
apologize.
I
It
was
is
gonna
on
blame
me.
Cole.
It is on me.
I was going to blame Cole. I was
gonna
going
blame Cole.
bring
You can blame
all,
Cole. You can blame
all
Cole. You can blame
complaints to Cole
Emily.
Barnhill.
She keeps that thing locked in her office.
Okay.
For good reason. All right. So it is kind of hard to grab, but
I understand. Pilk, it would have been nice to have seen. I was looking forward to getting my picture made with the trophy.
I know. I apologize. First in program
I got
history.
it made with when Coach before he took
Oh,
off.
good.
So that was
Good.
good.
Yeah. First
So-
in program history. They
That's
keep
the
it
other
locked
thing.
away.
I guess your head coach has, that's kind of a little bit of an odd thing, I guess, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the nature of the game. Like,
Sure.
He had a really good season. He
who's
took-
our new coach?
Emily, the assistant
Emily. Okay.
coach.
So you have that connection. at
Yes.
least. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's good.
And I've been with Emily's been here my whole career. Like
All
I
right.
have absolutely nothing but confidence in her. She's amazing. So I think they definitely hired the right person for the job.
Yeah. So you graduated.
Yes.
You were getting your grad pictures taken.
I was.
I didn't shout like a yahoo. I thought about it.
You could have. You could have.
Well, I didn't want to. I was trying to keep my voice good for the rest of what I thought
naturally.
was going to be a doubleheader. It was not. They played a doubleheader the next day
Yeah.
in softball. But I also didn't want to be like, hi, Maeve, like some loon,
Right.
and you didn't know where to look and all of that. But
Well, that happens all the time.
but I
so-
thought, oh, it does. Okay. But I thought those were like cool photos because you're there on the field with the trophy, Pilk, with the trophy,
Yes.
posing for your. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I had my trophy, and then I had all the ones I won over the
Yeah.
course of my career too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted a picture with kind of all of them to.
Were you worried about lightning hitting you and the trophies?
I was, so we actually had to end up canceling, and I had to.
Oh.
So I got like a few pictures, and then we just decided to do it the week after. So.
So is it this week you're doing, or did you do it?
No,
last
I did
week?
them. I did them last week.
Okay.
I think it was.
Is that where you were when you were supposed to be on our show? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Pilk, I'm joking. This is a joke, Pilk. We're just making.
That's a fair one. I'll take that. I'll take that on the chin. I'll take that on the chin.
All right, we talked about this on the coaches show a while back. How did you get started in playing, And then how did you eventually wind up at East Carolina?
So I just started at my dad, is a big soccer fan, and he started me in the Future Stars, which is like the rec league here. And then I ended up, switching to PGSA.
What position did you play when you started all of that?
I was a field player.
Right.
When you're younger,
you want
everyone
to just
gets
run
a
around.
rotation.
No, nobody wants to be the goalie.
Yeah. And then everyone, you just have to take a rotation in the goalie position.
Yeah.
And then once I got older, kind of right before high school, I remember there was this thing called ODP, which was the Olympic Development Program that a couple girls from our club participated in. It was just a bunch of girls from North Carolina. They would come together, and then there would be a big coaching staff, and they would just evaluate kind of who these players are, that type of thing. And I remember my club coach was like, you can go as a goalie or you can go as a field player, but you have to choose one.
Right.
And I was like, which one?
Well, so why did you decide goalie then?
Well, my club coach, I was like, which one do you think I should do? And he was like, you're better as a goalie. You will go farther as a goalie.
Did you believe that at the time?
I mean, it definitely wasn't what I wanted to hear, but
right.
I did go farther as a goalkeeper.
Did you have all of the apparatus, like the gloves?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had been playing a good amount in goal.
Yeah.
It was me and maybe another girl on our team
Okay.
who were playing. So
Right.
I had been getting good reps in goal for sure.
Now, when you first start in goal, you don't have all of the really great gear. You just, or is there?
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
you have to play. So you need the
But
gloves
in baseball and softball, they have this ridiculous amount of personalized gear.
Oh,
Does that
yeah.
exist in soccer?
I mean, no. It's really just the gloves and
Okay.
your cleats. And
Okay.
I'm very particular about mine. I really like when my gloves and my cleats match color.
Oh,
But other
okay.
than that,
So, how many
just
pair of
kidding.
gloves do you have then?
So right now I only have one to train with
Okay.
over the summer.
Like in the
but
season, how
Normally in the season I'll go through. I think this season I went through 3 pairs. And
Okay.
I definitely could have used 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They just only gave us 3.
But you
this
have
year.
to they have to match the cleats in your.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
I'm pretty particular about that.
Okay.
You can ask our director of ops. I kind of hassled her for it this year.
Okay. So then, how many pair of cleats do you have then?
I think I went through 2 this year.
Okay.
Just 2. Yeah.
But they have to be the same
They have to be the same.
color.
Yeah.
I got you. Maeve English is with us here. All right. So initially go to Europe. That's the plan. What would be, ultimately as it play? Would you just like to stay in Europe and play? Would you like? I know there's a women's league here in the States that seems to be gaining some steam. What's your what's
definitely.
your thought?
So they have the NWSL, and there's a new league this year called the USL Super League, and those
Okay.
are the 2 main leagues in the U.S. here. But honestly, I think the reason I want to go to Europe is one, it's just a completely
wouldn't wanna go to
different-
Europe?
I know, right?
Right.
It's just a completely different, I think, soccer culture. I definitely think they play a different style than here in the U.S. So I just want to experience that. I think it would be
Right.
good for my game and to grow as a player. And then obviously, I just want to live in Europe. I think it's a great place to live and just experience. I'm I'm in my 20s. Now's the time
Right.
to do that. Eventually, I would love to come back to the U.S. and play because that's where I'm from. I'd love to play in my homeland. But
So who would be your favorite players, or maybe somebody that was a goaltender that you sort of?
yeah, so
idolize?
definitely on the women's side, my favorite goalkeeper is Mary Earps.
Okay.
She's on the English national team, and she plays for Paris Saint-Germain. She's definitely my favorite. Just I kind of envision myself as her type of player. And then on the men's side, I definitely like David De Gea. He played for Manchester United. He's just the goalkeeper I grew up watching because Manchester United is my favorite professional team. So yeah, he's very athletic, and I think we have similar skill sets. So I really like him a lot.
So so you're done. You graduated. There's no coursework to be done. None of that.
Yeah, no
You're finished.
coursework
Okay.
done, no assignments due at 11:59. I'm done finally.
Okay. What did you major in?
Engineering.
Oh wow, that's right. That's right. Oh my gosh.
Yes, with a
So
mechanical concentration.
once this whole soccer thing is over in ever how many years,
yeah.
you're going to go into that, huh?
Yeah, potentially. I think the good news is with playing professional soccer, from what I've heard of the players I've spoken with who are kind of doing it now, is you have a lot of free time
Right.
outside of soccer because you really are only doing that for a couple hours a day. So I think definitely in the future I'd love to go back to grad school.
Oh,
or
okay.
Just continuing education because
Right.
engineering is a pretty tough subject. I
Right.
feel like it'd be pretty hard to take a break and pick back up on.
Right.
So yeah, I mean that's something I might look into down the line. But right now the focus is soccer, and it's just nice to have that degree to fall back on.
Right. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. All right. What for the ECU team next year? What's the prospectus on them? What do they got? Obviously, they lose the all-time great goaltender, so that they got to replace her.
Well, yes. No, I think we definitely lost a lot of core seniors. I think we had a big group there, lots of experience, but so it might be maybe a little bit of a rebuilding year, but we've got a young group, and a lot of the young players contributed on the field this year too. So I think Emily's she's a good coach, and she knows what she's doing. So I mean, it's gonna look a lot different than last year, but I don't have any lack of confidence in them whatsoever.
With the run you guys went on, what stood out about that run in winning the conference championship?
Yeah, that was just, I mean, I truly have never experienced anything like that in my life. Like, you could just tell, like, I mean, I feel like the biggest thing is you could physically feel it. Like, every single person that was in our group and just down there with us in Florida was just so bought in to the fact that we knew we could beat every team we faced because we had seen them in the season. Like, we have so many people with experience. I mean, it was just every single person was bought in. I feel like that's what stood out. Like, our team culture that the seniors had built, it came through.
Yeah.
I think we all knew what we were there to do, and we did it. Like, that's all they can describe it.
It was a lot of fun. I know that. It was a great run.
Yeah, best week of my life,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, and so let's recap. The grad pictures are taken.
They are.
You are you don't deny yourself desserts, and you want to live in Europe. This sounds like this. I mean, what a
that's the dream.
That's the dream. It sounds like the best. It's great to be Maeve English. Great to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Of course.
This was amazing to have you here on the
program.
program.
Sorry I didn't bring the trophy, but
that's okay.
We can get a picture with it another time.
I'll get a picture with it.
I'll be here over the summer.
You'll be here over the summer. Pilk, figure it out. We'll work it out where we can get.
I'll call Cole when we get done.
Right, and we'll get. Maybe we'll have Maeve back on. Is there anything this summer with soccer globally?
No major tournaments. I don't think.
Okay. Because I was going to say we could make Maeve our guest analyst for.
Oh my gosh,
for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the NWSL season goes through the summer, so.
Okay. Well,
definitely.
If we need to.
North Carolina has a team, by the way, Pat.
I know North Carolina
soccer.
has a team.
Anything soccer,
I'm aware
I will
of that.
talk about.
Not you, Maeve. Him. I'm
Anything soccer, I will talk about.
Okay.
So
all right.
Let me
well,
know.
Pilk, find us a soccer topic, and we'll have Maeve.
Sounds good.
Come in and break it down, and then we'll get a picture with the trophy.
Absolutely, anytime.
That'll work. All right. People here I think people want your autograph. That's what I think. We got people at the door wanting your autograph. All right, great to see you, Maeve.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
The great Maeve English with us here. All right, we're taking a timeout. When we come back, we're going to talk with Chris Parker. NJCAA, they have a desire to have more equitable GPAs to allow people to transfer. We'll get into all of that with him coming right up.
The team of Flatlands Jessup is working overtime to help ensure that Eastern North Carolinians like you get the health insurance help you need this open enrollment period. New legislation passed meaning more people than ever qualify for affordable coverage. Let us help you today.
Are you ready to tackle those yard and garden projects? Come by East Carolina Tractor and Fleet, your local Coyote dealer, and check out their great selection of residential and commercial Coyote tractors. From zero-turn mowers to compact tractors to skid steer loaders, they've got you covered. Some with 0% financing for qualified buyers. Stop by your hometown Coyote dealer, East Carolina Tractor and Fleet, across from the Pitt County Fairgrounds or online at ectfleet.com. East Carolina Tractor and Fleet. We dig dirt.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Big tax credits are back. Get a 30% tax credit, up to $2,000 off your new Mitsubishi electric heat pump install. Let Comfort Master help you take advantage of the tax credits with a qualifying Mitsubishi electric ducted heat pump or non-ducted Mitsubishi electric mini splits. Mitsubishi electric mini splits are ideal for bonus rooms, garages, or sunrooms. If you need a new HVAC unit, call Comfort Master today.
Call Comfort Master. Call Comfort Master.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro-adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
Tired of the 1-800 numbers advertising Medicare products? Flatlands Jessup has 6 offices all throughout eastern North Carolina. Get face-to-face help from our local award-winning licensed team. Stop by today. Flatlands Jessup, your whole world covered.
Remember, get the podcast of the show on the IBX Media app or where you get your podcasts.
I listen on my Apple Watch.
Smart speaker.
Listen while you work.
I listen everywhere. The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Okay, welcome back to the program. Awesome to have Maeve English. Little royalty here. Let's clear a chair out. There we go. Hang on. Live broadcasting. So the National Junior College Athletic Association, with support of more than a dozen national coaches associations, have asked the NCAA to make transfer rules equitable for 2-year college athletes. JUCO athletes need a GPA of 2.5 or higher to transfer to a Division I school. What's crazy about that is if you're in the portal, you don't have to have but a 2.0. So we're going to talk to Chris Parker. He's on with us now. He's the NJCAA president. Chris, nice to have you on. You've as my friend Lynn Hartzell said, you've lived it. You've coached at the JUCO level. You played D1 athletics, so you know what you're talking about when it comes to this. I hope I've aptly described kind of what the quandary is for the JUCOs currently. Nice to have you on the show. Where is this in the process right now? Has the NCAA been receptive?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. We're going to Indy next week to have some conversations around just this. So I look forward to meeting with the Council on Academics to talk about these inequities. And yeah, so it's moving along. How long this will take, that's to be determined.
It seems like this is like a lot of things that the NCAA was dealing with before the last 3 or 4 years. A rule that was set a long time ago. It probably was set with good intentions, but it's also seemingly been set for a time that's just not modern.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This rule changed in 2012, actually.
Okay.
So it's been a while. And again, yes, there were good intentions, but the world of higher education, the world of intercollegiate athletics has evolved so fast and so rapidly, and the transfer portal certainly being one of those factors that's being looked at here.
So you know, and I say you, I mean JUCOs, community colleges, junior colleges, members of the Athletic Association for Junior Colleges. You know, they'll take, I don't want to say take a risk, but they'll take a chance on a kid maybe that comes to their campus to play a sport. And, you know, that kid gets the college experience, student athlete gets the college experience. They work their tail off, but if they have a 2.43 or 2.45 and they're getting Division I attention, I mean, is it that strict of a cutoff that it has to be 2.5? It would seem like 2.0 would probably be more beneficial to a lot of athletes.
Absolutely, and that's our point. Is right now, I mean, a student athlete could at Pitt Community College there in Eastern North Carolina could have a 2.43 GPA. Literally said worked his tail off with limited resources, comes away with an associate's degree with a 2.43, and the NCAA says, "I'm sorry, you're not automatically eligible at East Carolina," but yet East Carolina probably has an articulation agreement in place that a 2.0 student can transfer from Pitt Community College without any obstacles.
Sure.
So,
yeah. Chris, how many athletes roughly do you feel like this would benefit that are currently involved in junior college athletics?
So that's the question that we've been trying to answer ourselves. We don't know if it's tens or if there's 1,000, because it's all about the recruitment by the D1 coaches. What we do know is that the D1 coaches come in and they start asking that question, what's your GPA? Well, I've got a 2.41. Oh man, well, can you get it to a 2.5 before graduation? I don't know. And once they say, I don't know, they go a different direction because the rule says they can't have them. So we don't know if this is tens or if it's thousands.
Just to be clear, too, you could be you use the example of someone transferring from Pitt to East Carolina, for example, an athlete or just a regular student. But just to sort of be clear, I could be a student athlete at, let's say, Longwood, and I have a 2.1. I'm eligible to transfer to any other Division I institution after a year, after 2 years, whatever. Just as long as the GPA is above 2.0.
That's right.
Okay, but that is and out of high school, obviously there's some qualification. But so I don't understand why the standard would be higher. It's a rule that, as you say, goes back some 13 years. Why was it set at such a lofty standard of 2.5?
My understanding is it's built around the incentivization of graduation rates. They believe that the 2-year college student athletes weren't graduating from the 4-year colleges at as high a rate. But again, that's old information, old data, old review. Right. And you made a good point. I mean, exactly. You can evaluate a student coming in from high school and you give him or her the benefit of the doubt. But if they're coming from a 2-year college, that just doesn't exist.
Well, and the other part of this is things are so different. And I think you've reached now a point where junior college athletics are going to be much more important to Division I institutions now because, there's at least a couple of years of season. The portal has changed everything. And, coaches have even said we don't recruit high school anymore. They want to recruit the portal. They want to recruit kids that have played at the junior college level because it gives them a chance to at least somebody who has experienced the academic side of things, but also the athletic side. And if they're in a really good junior college program, obviously they've had the benefit of really growing up and competing at a pretty high level. So it would just seem to me that this GPA would need to be revisited, and just to make it, put everybody on the level playing field. We hear that a lot. That's the buzz term now with everything. Chris Parker, National Junior College Athletic Association president, is with us. Let me ask you this: when you go to Indianapolis, is this kind of a continuation of conversations? Is this sort of a everybody get to know? I mean, where is this in the process, you feel like, of trying to get this moved ahead?
So this is a meeting with the actual council on academics. This is the group that has the voting power to press this forward. So we are going to be face-to-face talking about these concerns and opportunities for equity directly with the council on academics. And we haven't been afforded that in the past. So again, we're looking forward to the opportunity to discuss directly with these council members.
We certainly will keep an eye on that. I look forward to talking to you about that. One of the other things that has happened, some questions about the junior college years being counted towards NCAA eligibility. The Vanderbilt quarterback, Diego Pavia, gets the extra season. I think that a lot of people ran with that from what I understand. And, a lot of media, I'm not saying major media, but, maybe some more independent media kind of ran with the concept of, okay, this is going to be, a fait accompli as far as this is going to apply to everybody. Right now, that does not apply to everybody. Where is that as far as an opportunity to have those 2 years at the junior college level, not count towards your eligibility?
Yeah, so you're exactly right. It only counts right now to current seniors who played a year outside of the NCAA. But the case, the Pavia case, is still under review. There are other court filings that have been issued. Where this is going to come out, we do not know exactly. There's a lot of conversation around a five-year clock window. All student athletes having 5 years to compete. What does that play? But if it comes out and it says that, years at a junior college, years at a community college, years at an NJCAA school do not count, then we're going to continue to see lots and lots of individuals who need to get faster, stronger, et cetera, come into the community college for a year or two, getting that preparation so they can go to Division I to make NIL money and be at the highest level possible.
What is just, I don't know if you feel comfortable giving, but what is your opinion on that? I mean, should the years count? Should the years not count? Should it be treated more as kind of a prep situation, the old prep school model? What's your feel on that?
We got a number of feelings without knowing a lot of the actual facts on what's going to be expected, how the NCAA is going to review the incoming students. It's hard to say. Do I believe that it takes the average student athlete more than 4 years to graduate? Absolutely, I do. So does creating a pipeline or opportunities at the 2-year level, work and benefit? Sure, it does. But the backup of student athletes coming out of COVID, now the House settlement, I think is going to create some real opportunities for students to explore the 2-year college route and be productive with it.
So you obviously have your finger on the pulse of that, keeping an eye on that. This GPA to be made more in line with being able to transfer freely at the Division I level. By the way, does the 2.5 apply for D2 or D3? I should have asked you that just for clarification.
It does not.
Okay, so that would obviously get everybody in line, kind of singing from the same hymnal, if you will. So you've got that advocacy that you and your organization are doing, and rightfully so. So when you look at kind of just the big broad picture here of what are the biggest challenges your member institutions are facing, maybe down at the grainier level, what would you say those are?
Yeah, I mean, financials are always a struggle. Getting resources. We don't have the large budgets that big NCAA institutions have. So finding ways to afford things are certainly a struggle at every level of the 2-year college. For us, and it's new to the NCAA world, our coaches have to turn over players year over year, whether it's 1 or 2 years. They've got to turn them over and create a new roster year over year. Now you're seeing that happening at the Power 4 level because and you take my word for it, you're going to see more and more. If you look at it now, more and more 2-year college coaches have become very prevalent and successful 4-year NCAA Division I coaches over the last couple of years because the ADs are starting to think, who's done this before? And they look at the junior college coaches and think, well, they've mastered this for decades. So let's find the best ones and bring them in and consult with them and put them to work.
Hey, Chris, very nice to speak to you. I'm glad we were able to do this. I appreciate your time. I know you're really busy. We'll get hopefully an opportunity here before our summer break coming up in a few weeks to kind of check back in with you on this and see what the NCAA is saying. I think it'd be kind of fascinating to get an update on this down the road. But thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate that.
Awesome to have Chris Parker with us again. What they're seeking is JUCO athletes. Right now, they need a GPA of 2.5 or higher to transfer to a D1 school, but in order to transfer, to a 4-year D1 school, D1 to D1, out of the portal just to 2.0, so they want to get that more equitable. Makes sense to me. We'll see. All right, Pilk, are you ready for an update, or we need to hit a break here?
I'm ready to go.
All right, Philip the Ref Pilkington with a 94.3 The Game Sports Flash update and Pirate Report. Then we'll get into some of the news of the day here. Final show for me today, or at least I won't be here tomorrow. I got to work out with Pilk what we're doing the rest of the week, because I'll be down in Tampa. But anyway, right now with an update on my Carolina Hurricanes, Philip the Ref Pilkington with a 94.3 The Game Sports Flash update and Pirate Report. Pilk, take it away.
Thank you, P-Man. Starting in Pirate Athletics, of course, the baseball game for tonight has been canceled, so we are no longer leading you into network coverage of that. That will not be made up, as there's only a few days left in the regular season. Pirates will be back in action on Thursday when they travel down to Tampa to take on the Bulls of South Florida. Speaking of Patrick's Carolina Hurricanes, they made it 3-1 in the series last night with a 5-2 win over the Washington Capitals. Game 5 will shift back to the nation's capital, and that will be played on Thursday night. Tonight, there is one game going on in the NHL. It's Game 4 from Dallas, where the Stars lead the series over Winnipeg 2-1. There'll be a pair of Game 5s tonight in the NBA. The Pacers will try and close out their upset against the Cavs. They currently lead that series 3-1. That game will be played in Cleveland. And in Oklahoma City, the Thunder and Nuggets are all tied up at 2 games apiece. That'll be the second game beginning at 9:30. Going over to the NFL now, Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson announced earlier today that he will not play this season unless he is given a new contract. He is set to make $18.7 million this year in what is the final year of a 3-year deal. NFL schedule doesn't get released in full till tomorrow night. However, a handful of games have been announced, including earlier this morning when the international slate was announced. Brazil, Germany, Spain, and Ireland will each host one NFL game this season. Brazil will start it all off on the Friday night that is of week 1. That will be a YouTube-only stream. You can also get it on YouTube TV, and then as normal, there will be 3 games played in London throughout the season. That'll do it for your 94.3 The Game Sports Flash Update and Pirate Report. We're going to take a time out here on the Patrick Johnson Show. Be back with more on the other side.
Hey, it's Jim Wells again with Wells Roofing and Gutters here in the beautiful community of Lindale, Bedford. At Wells Roofing and Gutters, we believe in quality first. And that's why we use CertainTeed shingles, which are manufactured in Oxford, North Carolina, a local company. In the event you ever do have a claim or a problem with your roof system, they're local and they come and take care of us in a timely manner. We could leave off some accessories and we could certainly save money, but we believe at Wells Roofing and Gutters in installing the correct way per manufacturer requirements, and we warranty your roof both in-house and also with our supplier, who is CertainTeed. For a job well done, no shortcuts taken, and a good quality job on your home, give us a call today, 252-227-8403. We also offer financing, 12 months, no interest, no payments.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human, about creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
Other restaurants claim their food is fresh and fast, but are they friendly? At Moore's, you're treated like family the minute you walk into their doors. With locations in Winterville, New Bern, Swansboro, Morehead City, and Jacksonville. We've been practicing what we preach since 1945. At Moore's, our barbecue is slow cooked and smoked over real wood daily until it's so tender it's falling off the bone. Combined with our fresh chicken, cooked to order seafood, and homemade fixins, we're sure you'll agree. If it's not Moore's, it's less.
Back to the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Welcome back. We got a jam-packed show, so let's get started.
Deep breath. Here we go.
Because I want to hear stunning conclusion. This may not be the last segment, folks. I don't know.
All right.
Could be, could not be. Good show, good topics with Maeve English. We've been wanting to have her for a while, so we, just by the way, the virtue of the way the show laid out, we had her on. Had all kinds of people in and out here. I didn't think people work this late, but it's Tuesday. If it were Thursday or Friday, there's no shot. No shot 100%. People are working this late in the day. Philip the Rep Pilkington, intern Chris. Sup, intern Chris. How you doing? Good to see him on the... He's going to be here all summer or most of it?
Most of it. He's leaving us to go to Beantown next weekend. He's going to watch the Red Sox play.
Good for him. Good for so between you and is it Karen
Yeah.
and Chris, we've got a bunch of Red Sox fans.
He's not a Red Sox fan.
Oh, who's he rooting for?
He's a Nationals fan.
Or is he
He's
just going?
He's going to see Fenway Park.
Okay. Well, he might be a convert.
Let's hope. He's shaking his head no. Heck, he's wearing a Yankees hat right now.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, those aren't the Nationals now, are they? All right. So as we were sort of busy this afternoon on some things involving the show, Bill Belichick, I guess, was on SportsCenter. Is that right? Is that a live thing that was going on?
That's what they told me. I know we were talking about on Talk of the Town this morning. I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe some audio from that tomorrow on the show?
Yeah, we'll make Dom work on that. Dom's hosting tomorrow, so he gets to do all the grunt work.
Or is he hosting or is he producing?
Producing. I'm hosting.
I was going to say.
So he gets to do all the grunt work and cut up all the audio. I'm the talent. I will come in and sit down and talk and leave.
I would get him to put up some of that audio, actually.
All righty. Hope you're listening, Dom.
And then of course you know he is. And then is Mull on with you tomorrow?
You know, you can never get that guy to respond to a text. The plan is to have him on tomorrow.
Okay.
Because when our show goes on, we'll be 15 hours away
from the PGA Championship start. And then you want to be able to get some bets from Mull on the PGA at Quail Hollow. Are you going this year?
No, I'm stuck here. I'm working. I went in 2017.
Yeah. So is the NBA, by the way, speaking of Dom, I want you to point this out to him. And I grew up a Celtics fan. When they were down 0-2, there was no way they were going to come back and win 4 games against the Knicks. No way. Now, they still mathematically could. But after last night with that injury, I mean, you look at Jason Tatum and Curry both out. There's no way. I mean, go ahead and book Minnesota and New York, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking about the West comment. I don't know if it's booked Minnesota.
You don't think so?
Dude. What, you don't think OKC can beat Minnesota?
No, I'm talking about to advance to the conference finals.
I thought you meant to make it to the NBA finals.
To get out of this. Get out of these rounds.
Well, I think regardless of whether Tatum was playing or not, the way Boston's playing,
I understand.
Go ahead and book the Knicks to be in the next round. But yeah.
But the Tatum thing kind of shook them. I mean, there's still a lot of time left when he injured himself last night.
Yeah. 2 minutes and
about 3 minutes.
58
actually.
seconds.
Yeah.
So 3 minutes.
3 minutes to go. I mean, that's an eternity in the NBA. So I mean, I told Dom. I said, Dom, it's not going to happen. The Knicks getting both those games in Boston to start the. So that's what I mean in these rounds.
Yeah. I thought you meant
no.
The
In these rounds.
I'm not looking forward to hearing this from Joey Football and Nikki the Bull, but.
Well, it'll be fun to watch them have their hopes dashed in the conference finals.
By the Pacers? They might be able to beat the Pacers. Maybe. I don't know. That's going to be a bad team out of the East, though.
Well, the association does not care if it's a bad team out of the East. The association cares that it's New York out of the East.
It's true. They just care the West has more talent, baby, because they're sending their prodigal son to the Western Conference now, too.
So is the NBA draft – I told you the Hornets would not get the first pick. Never have, never will.
Yeah, but I didn't think the Mavericks were going to get it. I thought the Wizards were going to get it.
They thought they were. Utah thought they were. But it's the Dallas Mavericks. And then the Spurs got the second pick, right?
I know. And honestly, when I saw the 4 final teams, I was thinking, oh, man, they're going to give it to the Spurs. I had kind of a weird feeling they were going to give it to the Spurs anyways. It's like, wouldn't that be something? Wembanyama and Cooper Flag.
Boy, wouldn't that be a combo?
Yeah. Because that's San Antonio's a basketball city.
Oh, yeah.
Think of all the Final Fours. Think of all the or the NBA championships.
It's a hoops town.
It is.
Now, some would say it's a college baseball town now. But, yes, it's a hoops town.
Oof. Too soon.
Too soon. But I'll tell you this, Pilk. It is you got AD, you got Kyrie, and now you're going to have Cooper Flag, right?
Yeah, Derek Lively.
Yeah, Derek Lively. Is that does that make them a much more formidable team in the West?
Chris is shaking his head yes.
I see that.
Yeah. I mean, heck, they were formidable. They were in the finals last year.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, does this?
Yeah.
But they also traded away.
They traded away Luka, but I mean, so we knew they were still only one piece away from being right back. I mean, this team made the play-in games. That should count as making the playoffs. You shouldn't even be in the running for the first.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Why? How did that happen? If they were,
because the play-in, if you lose in the play-in game, you didn't technically make the playoffs. You made the play-in.
That's kind of garbage.
See, it was something they invented during this COVID thing, which it made sense in the bubble. They had to send.
Like
they had to
work from
wrap
home.
up the. Well, they had to wrap up the regular season.
Right.
You know, in the bubble. So, like, we're only going to send the teams who can make the playoffs. So, you're going to kind of have a play-in tournament. And that made sense. And then now it's just stupidity.
I agree. Anyway, this is Cooper Flagg speaking. Was this on the Worldwide Leader last night from Chicago?
It was. He was with Duke legend Jay Billis.
Okay, among others. Let's play it. This is Cooper Flagg, who was on hand. And when he found out that he is going to get drafted by the Mavericks because they won the draft lottery.
For you, huh? What was going through your mind as you were experiencing this and seeing the draft lottery take place?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an incredible experience to be here, to have this opportunity. I mean, this is what I dreamed of since I was a little kid. So just to be here, it's an incredible experience and a great opportunity.
Yeah, you're working out for the draft now. What are you working on in order to get better so when you step onto the floor as an NBA player, you're at your best?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's always about just getting better all around. It's not one specific thing that I'm looking at. It's just a collective group of things and just trying to get all around better every single day.
All right. So nothing there one way or the other, right? Is what it is.
Yeah, coach talk right there.
Cooper Flagg at the draft combine, 6'7" 7 3/4 inches. 6 feet, 7 3/4 inches in his socked feet, as they say. 221 pounds, 7-foot wingspan, 8 foot, 10.5 inch reach, standing reach. Jonathan Giovanni explains that Cooper grew nearly an inch and gained 12 pounds over the past year.
Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, I was supposed to be a senior in high school, but
right.
Growing an inch.
Yeah.
Patrick, I did not grow I don't think I've grown since 7th grade.
Funny story for you, Pilk. Same thing for me. On the 7th grade basketball team, I was the tallest guy at 5'3", 5'4" on the roster.
Wow. I was on the 7th grade basketball team. I was the second tallest guy at 5'7".
Yeah. And I grew 2 or 3 inches after that.
I've grown about 1.5 inches since then.
Yeah. Tall enough to go on, the various rides. We meet the height requirement.
We do.
there.
We do. Yeah, we're allowed to go to amusement parks.
But
which is
that's
good.
about it.
Yeah, that's all we got.
That's about it. All right, I think we hit a break. We'll come back, wrap the show up for today, tell you about tomorrow. Oh, but do you think it's rigged, Pilk? I mean, do you think this is a rigged deal?
Hell yeah.
To go to Dallas?
It's a big market, man. I mean, if they wanted to prove they were rigging it, they would they would send to San Antonio. But, I mean, come on. You could at least send them to Washington or something.
Do you think I guess Texas, yeah.
And you're still getting a big-name guy there because you're going to get Harper to San Antonio. I mean, the fact that the teams who had the best odds, none of them are even in the top 3. The Hornets
That's strange.
Have the best pick out of the 3 teams who were, the 14%.
So Utah, Salt Lake City, small market, even though Utah is growing by leaps and bounds. Charlotte in the NBA is considered a small market. But it would seem to me Washington, D.C., you would almost want Washington to be successful if you're the NBA. We always hear them say, you want New York, you want the Knicks to be good. You want the Celtics to be good. You want the Lakers to be good. That helps the NBA. It would just seem to me you'd want Washington to be good.
I think so, and maybe.
But they never have been.
Yeah. Here, I'm playing devil's advocate because I agree with you. But I'm going to play devil's advocate here. The people that live in D.C. and care about the NBA might not be from D.C., whereas at least I feel like with the Redskins, it's the Maryland area, it's the Virginia area, and they all care about the NFL. But I don't know if those people care about the NBA.
Well, the lawmakers have a really deep connection for some reason to the artist formerly known as the Redskins.
Yeah. Well, but then all those people who care
they
in
like
the
the
heart of
Nationals.
D.C., man, they're all like Lakers fans.
That's true. All right, a break. We will come back and wrap the show up on this Tuesday.
Your roof is a vital part of protecting your home and family from dangerous storms and hurricanes. At Assist Roofing, we install and maintain metal roofing that provides precise protection. Add value to your home while lowering utility costs with a fortified roof to last a lifetime. With 0% financing, grants, and Energy Star Green Roofing tax credit available. Call us to schedule a free consultation so you can weather any storm with confidence.
Make every day electric on the Kawasaki Electro 20 electric balance bike. Maximize the fun with long run times, impressive top speed, and Kawasaki build quality. Easy adjustability and smooth handling make everyday riding more enjoyable. And the standard MTB type tires provide off-pavement capability. The Kawasaki Electro 20 is the electric balance bike that's built to rip. Go to Ron Ayers Motorsports, Memorial Drive north of the airport, Greenville.
Your confidence makes everything look good. You see the world in vivid color, not black and white. Swing through your neighborhood Fantastic Sam's Cut in Color and let our experienced stylists take you from everyday to extraordinary.
Fantastic Sam's hair salons are locally owned and operated. Our full-service salons are conveniently located in Goldsboro, Kinston, Greenville, New Bern, Jacksonville, and Calabash. Stop in today at Fantastic Sam's, where the possibilities are endless.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes, just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
If you are interested in living longer and living stronger, Eastern Physical and Lifestyle Medicine is accepting new patients for a limited time. Finding a caring physician can be a challenge. Dr. Billy Smith is board certified in physical medicine and lifestyle medicine and has been practicing in the area for many years. Call for an appointment now to Eastern Physical and Lifestyle Medicine, 252-364-1108 in Greenville. That number again is 252-364-1108.
Looking for a great deal on a new Nissan?
At Greenville Nissan, we've got a great selection of new Nissans for under $30,000.
The stylish Nissan Sentra, offering top-notch fuel economy. The Nissan Altima, known for its comfort and technology.
The Nissan Kicks, the perfect combination with its compact design and performance. The Nissan Versa, delivering incredible value without compromising on features. And don't forget the Nissan Rogue, an award winner for 10 years in a row. Drive it home just for $22 down and $349 a month.
Visit GreenvilleNissan.com today.
Greenville Nissan, where we drive to serve.
And now, the stunning conclusion of the show. It's the P-Man here on 94.3 The Game.
So, Bill Belichick apparently says that Air Jordan, ERR, Jordan Hudson, Air Jordan Hudson, doesn't have anything to do with the North Carolina football program. He appeared on the ESPN Sports Center and was asked about his relationship with the 24-year-old Hudson and if it had any potential impact as he begins his first season as a college coach. It's really off to the side. It's a personal relationship. Yeah, agree with that. And she does not have anything to do with UNC football. I'm excited to be back in coaching meetings, yada, 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 yada. Belichick was asked if his relationship with a much younger Hudson has come up in discussions with his players, who have assuredly seen the discussion about the two on social media. Great. Again, we make the players the best they can be and provide them the best opportunity on and off the field. So he answers the question in a weird way, which that's a little bit of a weird question. To me, I don't think the players, that probably is maybe viewed as, it could be viewed as odd, but I think that's maybe viewed, Pilk, as a, look at coach kind of thing, Whereas giving the haughty situation at Chapel Hill, that would be that probably would have been the more appropriate question is, has there been concern expressed by the people that signed your checks?
I agree, especially with the players' comment. Now, where it can become an issue with the players is this, Patrick. we allow so many years of eligibility now. Are any of these guys high school classmates with Jordan Hudson? We've got 30-year-olds playing college football. Heck, they may have been seniors in high school when she was a freshman. They may have took her to the prom. What if they dated Coach's girlfriend? That's where it becomes an issue.
Well, do you think that is the – I mean, not everybody's Luke Larson. I mean, come on. That's the only 30-year-old we know.
I know. There were plenty of 25 and 26-year-olds.
Oh, no, there are.
And she's 26. They could have easily been – if there's a 24-year-old, there could have been some overlap.
Yeah, but I don't know. Did anybody from Bridgewater University or wherever the hell
Bridgewater State.
Bridgewater State, pardon me. I wonder if any of them are still knocking around college football playing.
Maybe. Do they even have a football team? I don't even know. I never heard of it till Gilio said Bridgewater State.
There's some things to watch with this in the fall that we were tipped off on that are going to be fascinating. And then our old buddy Brian Murphy apparently got some kind of quick interview with him. It was very quick, though, from what I understand. Belichick, I mean. He got an interview with Belichick.
I got a fun joke for that off the air.
Well, okay. I mean, we don't have much time, so.
Yeah.
Was it going to be a quip, or is it like a set-up punchline?
Oh, it's just funny based off what I think an interview question he could have asked him, but I think I
Go, do it. We got a minute.
I was just going to say, what brand of medication does he use when he's hanging out with Jordan?
See? There you go. What's wrong with that? That's good.
I guess that was okay.
Well, Trump slashed all those
yeah, but I'm talking about a different type of medication.
Oh, I know. No, I know. The scripts. Trump slashed the scripts. He could probably get them now for pennies on the dollar, potentially. I know what you're talking about. Not from experience. All right. Thanks to Maeve English for being with us today. That's a note to wrap up today's show on. And thanks also to Chris Parker from the NCJAA for being with us. All right. We'll greet you from Tampa sometime later this week. Pilk will be in tomorrow for sure for a fresh edition of the Patrick Johnson Show. And have a great rest of your afternoon. Again, no Pirate baseball. They've called that. They'll not be playing tonight.